Okay, so I keep taking a photo instead of a video, so I keep screwing up. So I don't know where I left off. I am outside today at the camper. Got a little bit of repair to do. Christina took it out when she went out early a while ago. She backed into a tree and it went right through the door here, pushed right through to the inside. So I've got some new tin, well, new siding. It's white, but you get what you can get, right? So today I'm just going to take the door off, replace the siding, put new foam inside, and completely rebuild this door. So if you're in the need of seeing how one of these doors is rebuilt, well, let's watch and see what kind of a mess I make of it. So first thing I've got to do is take the hinges off the door, and then I'll have the door free. So yeah, this doesn't look like it's gonna be too big of a job. Got some screws down here, screw here, here, a couple at the top. Looks like we got screws all the way around. That's holding the wooden frame. That's got wood inside, so it looks like it's probably just a 1x2. This may not be as big a deal as I think it is. And I got two places here where I can put the lock. If I want to change the position of the lock, so the reason that with the door frame, this is probably the same frame you would get for a regular camper, because this is a 4-foot door rather than the 7-foot door. So I think I'm going to stick with the same one because it's at a good height. The other one would be here, the doorknob would be too high, so I think we'll leave it here. It's a good height for both of us, so I think we'll leave it there. But here you go. Let's have a look on the inside. There you go. There's the hole. Did not break the glass. I am impressed. She pushed right through here. Did not break the glass. That's okay. That's okay. Now let's get started on it. Excuse the mess inside the camper, but it's loaded for camping. So, I'm gonna put my step on. I know I got a 6-inch screwdriver bit, but it's just what I happen to have. There we go. Door's off. Let's take a look. Take this off. Not even the curtain anymore. That's for sure. But let's take a look here. And take off this back piece. We have a lock, just a slide up here to hold the top, because it's where the doorknob is, it flops a bit. So I'm going to take this off and pull the side off. My little screwdriver attachment is in the other truck, so I've stuck using a ratchet. Here, the bottom piece just came off without, it was just the screws on the side here, that's all it was holding that thing. Ha! Well, that's fine. And I was right, it's just a 1x2. Something close to that, I'll figure that out. So I gotta take this one off. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Here, let's point you down a little bit more here. Yeah. Alright. Got that piece off. So you can see here, yeah, it's just a 1x2, and all that's in there is just styrofoam insulation. I'm probably going to put the heavier stuff in it, but this is all we've got to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and take all this off. Go all the way around, just take it all apart. Just like to take it back piece. It's just glue. Yeah, the window frame has to come off too. Okay, no problem. Yeah, this will be easy enough for me to fix up. Let's get a knife, cut that apart. Actually, at this point now, I'm going to bring it into the garage, put it on the bench in there. I've got a little table set up where we're working on bus stuff, so let's bring it inside and work on it. Okay, excuse my mess in the garage, but a lot of projects on the go. I'm just going to cut this caulking away from the trim piece here that's holding everything together. Peel this apart so that I can decide how I'm going to make this. Minus the window. There we go. I don't really care where the foam sticks. Need some work to do. All we got is the tin and styrofoam insulation, and I just cut it to fit, built a block. Where the door lock goes, this block right here where the door lock is. So I'm going to take some measurements. I'm going to decide if I have the wood I need or not. It's all. Anyway, this is where you could have put the other lock, but I'm going to I might put a piece across here. This is what I might draw straight across, because this was a weak spot, and it was always, when you went to do the door, it was always bent. So it had broken free from the glue. So we can make that a little bit stronger. So these ones are 1.5 inches. Check the frame. I can do 2x4. I'm going to do 2. It's just barely 1 3/4 inches. Let's see. Here. So I've got some 2x8s. Probably going to have to plane it, or just sand it. It's not quite fitting in there properly. It's a little... Actually, that's not bad. Rather it was tight. Seems alright. If I need to run the sander over just this, just move up a little bit, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use 2 by 8s. I'm just going to come. Just going to come. So I don't want to go too thick here because I want more room for insulation. So what am I going to do? I guess I can just rip some pieces that are about this big. This piece here, build it kind of the same way. This is stapled together. I'm going to screw it together a bit stronger. But let's rip some. Top and the bottom were double pieces for the header. I'm just going to make this thicker. So I'm going to go. These are 1 inch. So I'm going to rip some at 1 inch. And I'm going to rip some at 2. And they're only 4 feet. 46 inches. And then with everything else, it came up to 2 feet. So if I make this 46, these pieces for the bottom, that's that. That's that. So, and then you get 48 with the exterior. So let's just start ripping some. So there's the cut pieces. I think I'm just going to staple that together for now. Now that I've got I've got the outer frame, and then I'm going to measure up where the doorknob and stuff goes. I think I'm going to make it a little tighter than what they had before. Anyway, I'm going to get out the nail gun and I'm just going to staple this together, measure that up. But when I do that, I'm going to put a brace all the way across just to give it a little extra strength. And I'm also going to screw it together. Maybe I should just screw this together. I might do that. Let's just do that. We'll screw it together. Now, a little bit. This is the square. I'm just using a standard deck screw, just shorter ones. I think they're 2 inch. Pre-drill it so they don't split, because you don't want to split the ends. Go. Okay. This is going to be where the lock is. I just want to make a mark. I'm recording here. What'd you say? We have a gate again. How do you mean? Oh, the tomatoes. Okay. Center of the hole. There. Got a frame built. Inside there. Inside there. That's where the frame is. Stuff. I'm going to use the 2 inch. I think I'm going to bring it in a little tighter.
Is that the biggest the door is?
Yep.
Really?
4 feet. That's the inside frame. This goes on the outside, so it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So this will be the outside. Okay, so here's what I've done for the lock. The lock will come in through the side here. The handle will go through there. I've made the box like they had before, but I'm bracing it across just to give it a little more stability when we're closing and opening that door. It's not quite, it's got like a 1/16 of an inch gap. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. So I'm just going to screw this together and then yeah, start up with the skin. So this is the siding I bought. It's just a standard aluminum siding. It's just white aluminum. It's exactly what I need. I did buy it a little bit bigger. I wasn't 100% sure on the size we needed. So I got 2 pieces, 2 feet by 4 feet. I'm going to do inside and outside. Okay. So I've got to, I got to cut it. So I'll be measuring it up, and then I think I will just use my pin snaps and cut it. So, I apologize for the audio quality. Up to this point, I don't think my headphones were working properly. It happens sometimes when I connect them to my computer. Okay, so because this here is fairly snug already and I need to get the tin under here, I'm going to go around and I'm going to sand probably at least a 1/16, maybe an 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, well, instead of pushing record on video when I was sanding, I took a picture of my shirt. So I sanded it. It's not down enough. I decided what I'm going to do is cut out the tin, which is slightly out of square. So I lined up one side and I've drawn it out. This is the outside sheet, the lock on that side. I'm just going to cut it out, set it to the side, then I'm going to flip it over on the other side with the lock over here, cut it out. Then I'm going to take spare pieces, put them in so that I can judge how much more I need to sand off. So, but this shouldn't take me too terribly long. This isn't really thick, it's just siding, so it's not too terribly thick. This might be easier. This might be easier with a jigsaw. I'm gonna get that, try it. Yeah, that was much quicker. Okay, I'll come back in a second. Okay, so I keep taking a photo instead of a video, so I keep screwing up. So I don't know where I left off. I cut the tin. You saw me do that. I am now sanding in here to get it enough space that the tin goes through both sides on the door frame, because there's a little bit of a notch in there. I want to make sure that it goes all the way in on both sides. So I'm just taking off a little bit more material and checking it with the small pieces that I have here. And that's all I'm doing right now. So let's just do a little bit more of that. All right. I was gonna buy better insulation than this junk. This is fine. It's 1 inch styrofoam, 1.5 inches actually, and it's got an R value, it says here, of R5.63. Not great, but that's what was in the door. I was gonna buy the better stuff, the thicker solid board that's got like an R14, 15, you know, just because. But you know what? That crap's expensive. So we're going with this. This is 1/3 of the price, and it gives me more. So all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna lay this out on here. I'm gonna go like this. I'm going to lay it out on here so that I can see the edge. And then I'm just going to draw. Of course. Because I'm slightly out of square, I got to get fancy. I'm just going to draw on it. And I'm just going to get a knife. And I'm going to cut this out. Hopefully that's got it right. I want it to be tight. If I have to trim a little bit here and there to make it fit, that's fine. I don't want it to be in there too sloppy. Okay, just grabbed a file. It's a wood file, so it's going to take this off pretty good. The beauty of this stuff, I mean, you're making a mess, but whatever. I got a mess as it is. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Nice and tight. Flush on both sides. There we go. So I bought some Gorilla Spray adhesive, heavy duty. It says to shake the crap out of it. So let's shake the crap out of it. And then the idea is just to spray it on. I'm only going to do one layer so that I'm not going to spray here and the other side of the tin, just so that I can adjust it and reposition it if I need to. Because if I spray both sides, as soon as I put it down, that's it. It's not moving. I don't think the styrofoam is liking this too much. Alright. Let's get our piece of tin. I know I'm not letting that sit for long, but I don't want it to set on me while I'm trying to adjust this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now when I turn it over, it's going to put pressure on it. And then I'll put some weight on it and let it sit for a little while. Got a piece here. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm gonna put the propane bottle on it. And I'm just gonna let that sit. Okay. I'm just gonna let it sit. I don't know, I'll give it 20 minutes or so, then we'll come back. All right. It's been, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 20. I'm just gonna check it here. Yeah, it'll be okay. So, what I need to do now is put all this stuff on. So, being the outside, it's gonna go. This flange with the weather stripping goes out. So I'm going to put that on. don't know exactly where it's got to sit, so I've got to put the side one on. Okay, I got a spade bit for the lock, for the deadbolt, hoping this is the right size. No, you know what, I better put the 3/4 in there and see if that'll work, because I don't want a bit too big. It might need a 7/8, but let's have a look here. Just gonna put the lock in there. Put the deadbolt in there, see if it fits. No. Okay, well, I couldn't find my 7/8. I have a good idea which electrician's son has it, but I'll have a look. Can I get the one in there? That'll work. It should fit in there just right. Nicely. Yep. Put the screws back in. There and there. Okay. That's good. Now, I've got my hole saw. And it's gonna go right there. Make sure it's the right distance from the side. That's the okay. That was right like that. That is flush to there. Okay. Made a mark. So, but there it is. There you go, done. Inside, outside, a couple little dents where I sat something on it and I scratched it a little bit. But hey, the Camperette is scratched and beat up. So this isn't a broken door. Took the glass out completely. Looking good. Now I have to move the truck ahead so that I can put the door back on. Okay, here we go. Got the door. So the holes will be exactly the same. So that's going to be a chore. I'm going to put one here, one there. And then I can work on the rest. But as long as I can get one and one, we should be okay. There we go. The door is back on. Brand new. Only thing that's the same is the doorknob. See, that's a little tight. I can work with that. Holy cow. Closes better than it did before. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It took more than I thought it would. Keep in mind, I'm not a carpenter and I don't fix trailers and campers all the time. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It looks way too white. I'm gonna have to get it dirty so it doesn't look so clean. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe for more crazy stuff like this.